don't you know? Climbing to the top with gearhead archery. Heart racing as I take aim, my spirit soaring high. As I release my arrow, reaching for the sky. In this world of chaos, I find my peace. Gearhead archery. All right, welcome to this week's edition of Buk Talk Radio with Outdoors Dan. Hope everyone's having a great Wednesday. August 5th already. Can you believe it? August 5th. I can't believe we're in August. I'm so happy. I got my Rupert's Roost in Peace or Rut in Peace vest on, my mossy oak vest that he sent me, and I'm starting to feel all hunterish. I'm telling you, it's getting closer. Hey, the show is brought to you in part by our good friends out at Rupert's Rut in Peace, Grunt Calls, Wind Scent, Predator Camo, Gearhead Archery, Face Off E-Bikes, Racks and Tracks Taxidermy. Who would I not? How could I not live without Jeremy and the gang at Racks and Tracks? Kool-Aid Archery, Fourth Arrow, Norlander Socks and Weeby Knives, just to name a few that help us do the shows each and every week. And did I put Jinxum in there? Jinxum Sense? I gotta throw Jinxum in there too, because we're gonna talk about fall food plots. What you got like yesterday. And we'll get into that later. But your fall food plots, man, you need to get those in the ground if you haven't done it already. We got a lot to do. If you got, like I said, hey, Jeremy Lee, I just talked about you. How you doing over there at Racks and Tracks Taxidermy, buddy? That's my buddy, Jeremy. All right, let's head on over to the phones. I'm gonna call. I told Jimmy I was gonna call, and man, I can't believe we're already in the August roadside surveys already. It's crazy. September 15th is season's going to open up down in Missouri. September 20th in Iowa, a lot of the urban deer hunting programs start. So it's really here, folks. I mean, a couple weeks in going to bed, waking up, and it's going to be here. And then you know what's going to happen? You're going to wake up again, and it's going to be January. I'm just telling you. We wait all year for this time to get here. Hey, Chris Loverdowski, the birthday boy. And then it's gone in a flash. It's crazy. Let me head over to the phones and see if I can get old Jimmy boy on here. Jim, it's outdoors. How you doing, pal?
Good, Dan.
Can you believe it's August?
I cannot believe it is August.
That's what I just said.
We're less than a month away from squirrel season.
Jim's a man after my own heart. He loves squirrel season too. That's exciting. Man, I tell you, Jimmy, we got a lot of stuff going on. I was telling everybody I got one of my vests on that I got from my buddy Todd Rupert, and anytime I can get a hoodie on or a vest on, I'm a happy man, Jim.
Especially in August.
I know. Well, it's a little chilly down in the basement, down where I have the studio too. We keep it pretty chilly down here for the electronics, but yeah, it's a nice smell. I'm a hoodie guy again. I'm happy, man. We're going to talk a little bit about getting ready for deer season. I was out. I got 4 or 5 different mock scrapes. Have you ever done mock scrapes as a biologist at all?
I have not. No. There's some places that do use actual scrapes for deer censusing, but it's not something that we do in Iowa.
Yeah, I'm using a synthetic. Jinxum Sense is a company up in Cedar Rapids. And Jim, I've been doing this for 35, 40 years, almost 40 years. And I've never used a synthetic deer urine that worked. I mean, I just never had the deer react to it or go to it. I got 5 scrapes out now, and they're almost in my scrapes every day, sniffing and smalling and pawing.
Well, that's the one thing that we know as deer hunters and deer biologists is they are creatures of habit, and that's why scrapes and those scent cues work so well for so many animals.
Yeah,
is they just can't pass them up. They've got to leave their own scent. They got to figure out who their neighbors are and what's happening in the world.
It's like their social media.
It is. It's exactly what it is. It's the YouTube of deer.
The YouTube of deer. I like that. I'll start saying that instead of social media. No, I love it. I just have a good time with that. August, of course, is the roadside surveys, and you're a turkey man. You're a turkey biologist. And that's that data is really important to you for not only the upland birds, but you want to see what the poults and hen birds look like, right?
Yep. So we run 2 different surveys. So our turkey survey in Iowa is going on right now, and that's one that's open to anybody. So the public, anybody that sees turkeys, they can report that through the DNR web page, and then we combine that data to look at statewide, regional productivity and issues that might be happening. Whereas our August roadside survey, which is our upland game bird survey, is run just by our biologist on known routes, known lengths, certain times of the day, certain weather conditions, and we're right in the heat of that right now.
Yeah, and they're mostly out in the mornings now because they want to get into that gravel situation, get dried off, and get some gravel, right?
Yep. So we look at the right weather conditions. So early this week was perfect. We start August 1st to the 15th, and we look for those cool nights that produce a high humidity, and we want really wet grass. And what we know from those species, especially pheasants and quail, but we also survey rabbits and gray partridge or huns, is that they like to move out onto those roads in the morning to get out of those wet conditions and dry off. So if we can get nice, heavy, wet dew with sunny, warm, low wind days, that's the best time to count birds.
Yeah, where's the size of the turkey poults right now? Are they almost looking like a regular turkey?
No, it's very variable because turkeys, we just had our last research nest fail a week ago.
Really?
So, technically if that nest had hatched, those poults would only be, 4 or 5 inches tall right now. Versus I saw some birds yesterday morning that were probably, I would say, just a little over half grown.
Okay.
You can still distinguish hens from poults, which would probably put them in a fairly early hatch stage. But by the end of August, they'll be 3/4 grown and getting very hard to tell the difference between ages.
Any indication of how the hatch was?
It's been very variable. My wife saw 3 hens and 15 poults. I saw 2 hens and 6 poults. I'm getting multiple reports of many hens and no poults. So that's why we want as much data as we can, because turkey numbers can be very spotty across the state, and we've had some pretty major weather events this year.
Yeah.
Most
Well,
of them after the peak of nesting, but still that impacts survival.
yeah. Hey, Tony Casey, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, we've had a lot of rain. I mean, I hopefully they're doing okay. I've got a couple. I just got a couple trail cam pictures this week of a couple of hens, but I didn't see any poults with them. But they could have been in the soybeans or somewhere real close to them
Yeah.
too.
Trail cams are tough because, obviously they take a picture of the movement and those poults are usually behind the hens, and
Yeah.
unless it's a really wide angle. But with the haying going on, that's usually your best opportunity. Is they'll be out there bugging in those mowed hay fields, so that grass is short and you can see the hens and the poults. If it's taller stuff, you may just see the heads of the hens and you really can't see the poults underneath.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a feeling our upland hunters are going to be really happy because I'm hearing pheasants everywhere. I mean, it
Yeah.
just
I agree, and I was surprised the amount of quail that I saw yesterday morning. We saw multiple quail yesterday, so
yeah.
that's always fun. Yeah,
Yeah, I can't get them where my quail coveys usually are because that's all standing corn right now. But I would
yeah.
imagine they're doing well in that corn.
Well, the thing that was fun yesterday is I actually had a student with me that was kind of observing, and it was fun. I said, the classic place for a quail this type of a day, this type of a morning, is to be on an old hedge fence post. And we probably hadn't traveled a half a mile, and the first quail we saw was a bob quail standing on a hedge fence post, just crowing and crowing and crowing.
Yeah.
And it made me feel good that she thought that I knew what I was talking about.
Well, you do know what you're talking about. You. I'm gonna
Some days I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Jace on the show on Saturday, and we're gonna talk about the new deer zones and new deer regs. How's that going?
Excellent.
How's that going?
Excellent. Yeah, it's something we're putting a lot of effort into rolling out to people. Jason's doing a lot of public meetings. Obviously, we got the state fair coming up, and that'll be a big topic at the fair to try to talk to people to understand the changes that are going on and why they're going on. So yeah, great that you're having Jason on. Extremely knowledgeable young professional. He is just thrown into the deep end of deer biology, and it'll be good. So it's going well. The people that are concerned are calling. And what we're more worried about is the people that buy their license the day before and then realize that there's a change.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get ahead of that with people.
Yeah, pheasant season looks decent. Brant, one of my really good listeners, he listens all the time. His name's Brant Snakenberg, and
Yeah.
big upland guy. He just said he looks like the season's going to be decent. Brant, I honestly think it's going to be outstanding. I like I said, I was out just putting trail cam batteries in the other day, and I know I heard 4 or 5 different roosters cackling.
Yeah. So that's the beauty. We try to get this survey done by the 15th of August, and that gives our upland biologist Todd Bogenschutz time, and he tries the best he can to get that report out, in early September that shows kind of we call it the thunderstorm map that we print. It kind of shows the populations of those 4 species across the state to give people some planning time
Yeah.
of where they're going to hunt at and are they going to travel and just in general what to expect.
Well, I
There's
know.
always birds out there.
Yeah, I know some people are complaining about the rain, but when I was out, all the ponds are full. I'm very happy about that. I'm hoping EHD is a non-issue this year, and I'm sure
Yeah.
we'll have some of it here or there. But yeah, I think we're going to be, knock on wood, I think we're going to be in good shape this year.
Well, we hope so. EHD is one of those things it's more consistent on the landscape than it has been in past years. And we still do have our EHD monitor system up on our DNR webpage. If people find those classic symptoms of a dead deer around a pond, let us know. We try to get those confirmed through the lab so we can determine if it truly is a EHD outbreak or how much it may be occurring in a certain area. And then we try to keep track of that from a year-to-year basis to see how it may be impacting populations.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I know you're on your way home, and I know you probably, are you making supper or supper ready?
I'm thinking about supper, so I'm thinking about what I'm going to cook when I get home. So
What are you
it may be
cooking?
a peanut,
What are
it
you?
may be a peanut butter and jelly night. I don't know.
Well, let's not hope not. I mean, how's your mushroom season go? I haven't heard, I haven't asked you. Did you find a lot of mushrooms?
I found a few this year, not a lot. I'm not a big mushroom hunter. I usually find them when I'm sitting down turkey hunting,
Yeah, find
and
them
I
by
found a
accident.
few.
I found them. I
Yeah,
always find them by accident. So,
it's
it,
the same way I find deer antlers. I could go out and walk around for miles looking for deer antlers, and I'll find one when I sit down next to a tree, to have a drink of water or something.
yeah.
So
All
I
right.
just can't find them. But so like I said, squirrel season's coming up, so it'll be a chance to maybe find an old shed that's out there, and I always like to use my squirrel season as an excuse to kind of start looking, like you said, for scrapes and deer activity, and it's a reason to be out there. Just starting to get ready for fall. Those cool September mornings are always fun to be out.
Oh, absolutely. I can't believe our urban season's going to start on the 20th. I mean, like I said, a few wake ups and it's going to be here. So I'm going to talk a
It
little.
will.
I'm going to talk about getting your fall food plots in now because you want them in well before first frost. And
Yeah.
that.
And,
Go ahead, Jimmy.
well, I just gotta say, and we I love talking about deer, but there's such a variety of things to hunt in Iowa. We got so much diversity of our people too. We've got youth,
Dove
teal
season.
season,
Uh,
dove season's
uh,
coming up,
uh,
squirrel season. Just we're gonna be so thick with things to do. We won't have time to do our yard work.
Well, I know, but the show's called Buck Talk. I mean, I got to,
Well,
I'm doing a little mix with the upland stuff. I'll be
big
talking
buck
about.
squirrels.
Yeah. What is your favorite way to fix squirrel?
Oh, I've got a couple. I love fried squirrel.
Yeah.
Absolutely do.
Yeah.
I like it in the crock pot, cooking it, and then I really do enjoy squirrel biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
You know.
Squirrel and dumplings really good too. Have you ever
Yep.
had? You
Yep.
have squirrel and dumplings good. Barbecue or smoked squirrels good. But my favorite, I'd have to say, is quartering them and then deep frying them and then
Pan.
yeah,
Yep.
pan frying them with milk.
Full pan frying them.
Yeah, mashed potatoes, milk gravy, and green beans. That's a meal.
That's the classic.
Yeah,
That's the classic way. Yeah.
yeah. All right. Let me know if there's anything you need me to talk to the folks about, and we'll get you on again. And
Well, you're
uh,
doing a great job. Just remember, we got our turkey survey coming up for another month. So I appreciate any reports. And for people that aren't listening from Iowa, your state probably has that same survey going on. So be a good conservationist. Participate in that survey if you can.
yeah, absolutely, Jimmy. Go enjoy your dinner.
Peanut butter and jelly. Here we come.
Thanks, Jim.
All right. Take care, Dan.
There he goes, Jimmy Coffee, everybody. Fine fella right there. He's always good about getting on the show real quick. Richard, what's up? Richard just won a cooler off of me. Richard Grimes did in Des Moines. Let's see what we give away. We gave a cooler. We gave away a Reveal Tacticam camera. This week I've got the secret listener. If you're watching or listening for the first time, it's going to be a WinScent 3.0 and a Jinxum scent cartridge. That's a really nice prize. And then we always give away good stuff. That's for sure. All right, I'm going to take a real quick break. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to talk about getting ready for the season. I also got to talk to you a little bit about some of the stuff we got going on. And so don't go anywhere. And let me find where'd my button go? There it is. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
At American Family Life Insurance, we know that protecting your family's financial future is a priority, and life insurance is an easy way to help make that happen. You'll feel good knowing you've taken steps to protect what matters most if you were to pass away. Plus, life insurance is often more affordable than you think. Let's talk about options that fit you. Contact Darren Islander, agent at 515-964-7575 today.
What's up, everybody?
American Family Insurance.
American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, Outdoors Dan here. How many times have you had to quit hunting because your feet got cold or uncomfortable? Well, I have a way to keep your feet feeling great in any weather or outdoor activity. Have you heard of Norlander Sock Company? Norlander Sock Company uses high-quality alpaca to produce some of the best socks out there. Alpaca socks will keep your feet comfortable and feel
You're welcome,
great
buddy.
all day. Alpaca socks will wick away any moisture that you might encounter, plus work with your outdoor footwear to keep your feet temperature where they need to be. Alpaca socks also has a natural antibacterial quality to them that will keep your socks from smelling. They have heavyweight and lightweight styles with a bunch of color and size choices for you to choose from. Plus, gift boxes are available that are 100% guaranteed. So this year, when you plan your outdoor activities, make sure you keep your feet comfortable and feeling great all day. Try a pair of Norlander socks, pure alpaca, pure comfort. For more information, just go to norlandersocks.com and give your feet a treat.
You were hunting and a deer tick just crawled onto your leg and is burying its head into your flesh. You can't feel the bite and you may or may not find the tick. In the coming weeks, you may or may not notice a red ring around the bite. Shortly thereafter, you may or may not get really sick. Your doctor may or may not test you for Lyme disease. The test may or may not detect it, meaning you may or may not get the medication needed. If untreated or not treated on time, you could have a lifetime of complications. Don't take that chance. Get Elimitic clothing from Gamehide. Elimitic features Insect Shield, a repellent that is fused to the fabric fibers. Ticks hate it. Elimitic clothing will retain its effectiveness for the life of the garment and needs no special care. The treatment is odorless and invisible. Wearing Elimitic can help protect you from ticks, chiggers, and other biting insects, and is featured in a complete line of quality Gamehide hunting clothing. To learn more, visit Gamehide.com.
I grab a quiver and my bow. It's my dear head.
All right, welcome back to Buk Talk Radio, August 5th, 2026. Hope everyone's having a great Wednesday. David, how you doing? Happy Wednesday, fellows. Tried out my old Trico reel Saturday over at Lake McBride. Wow, it's smooth. Love it. Caught 4 to 5 pound bass with it. David, you're welcome. I told you, Trico stuff. Their rods, and I won't go fishing without their rods. And I love their reels. They're really, really good. So, all right, buddy. Richard, I'm glad you like that cooler. Grizzly coolers, they're no joke. They're really, really good. All right, so fall food plots. If you want, you're going to get your brassicas in, your sweet beets, your turnips, your radishes, any kind of daikon radish or rape, anything like that you're going to want to get out there for the food in the fall. You want to get that in the ground and planted 60 days before first frost. So September, October, you really need to get that in before the end of this month. And if you do that, you're going to be fine. The green vegetation is going to come up. The deer are going to hit that. But as it gets colder and we get into winter, turnips and sweet beets and everything is going to crystallize and turn into sugar. They're going to dig those up, and you're going to have turnips, beets, radishes. You're going to have deer all over you. You got to get them in before 60 days first frost, though. So make sure, we prefer that you go to Jinx Some Sense and try some of their wonderful fall blends. But, just get whatever you're using. Make sure you get them in the ground 60 days before for first frost. Like I said, early season's going to start in Iowa for the urbans on around the 20th. Missouri's going to kick off September 15th. We have some other states that have velvet seasons like Kentucky that are going to start. Get your last minute preparations in now. I'm going to be putting in a tower blind next week on where I hunt. That's going to be it, and I'm out of there. I do have my mock scrapes. I just went and charged all my solar panels up and my batteries. So I should be good until right before the middle of the rut, hopefully. Not, keep my fingers crossed. And I that way I don't have to keep going in and educating those deer that where I'm going and where I'm doing, because they pattern you as much as you pattern the deer. Don't forget that. They do that. So there you go. Gearhead bows. Somebody asked me if they had military discounts. They do have military and police discounts, 10% off if you want to go to gearheadarchery.com and get going. So we got a couple things coming up on that we're doing right now. If you get a hold of Jeremy at Racks and Tracks Taxidermy and order you a Rupert's Rut and Peace grunt call like I have here. This is what I shot that buck behind me with. Yeah, or not that one. I'm sorry, the one over there, the 160 that I got here, 163 that I got here in Iowa 2 years ago. That buck came in. He scent checked the area that I was in. I was in a really tight pinch point. Didn't smell any does. He cut on me. I went out and grabbed this, and I did that. He stopped, turned around, came right back, cut, and gave me a 28-yard shot, and I got him. If you watched Respect to Game TV or Bowstring Adventures, you got to see that hunt. So, but I'm just telling you, Todd does such a great job with his grunt calls. Whether you get the one with the plastic tube or you get the all wood call, he's got some really nice calls. He always puts little extra stuff on detail on there, and they both sound really good. Get a hold of Jeremy at Racks and Tracks Taxidermy. I've got a $100 gift card to Onyx. It's a free $100 elite membership for a year for the first 6 people that order a grunt call. Okay, so I would get on it, and Jeremy will get a hold of everything and get those ordered for you. And then he is going to be your Iowa dealer for the everything Todd Rupert, whether it's the turkey calls or the grunt calls. Jeremy is going to have them, and he will have them at the Iowa Deer Classic. So, but go ahead and get them now so you can get that Onyx and use it during your hunting season, okay? I will have some other stuff coming on. I had somebody ask me about the Ozonics. This is the Ozonics 600. This is my personal one that I use for hunting. I love what they did with the batteries. They got a really long, bigger battery. It's not a little block anymore. It's more of a, what is that, a rectangle? Rectangle? Jeremy, is that a rectangle? It's not a triangle. Anyway, they're thinner, they're longer, they last longer, and they're super quiet. I really, really have been impressed with them. I've got a couple of these I'm going to be giving away on the Outdoor Call radio app and on the radio show. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And I'm sure Norlander socks and some other ways for you to win is going to be involved there. So I will do that pretty soon. We'll try to do that before hunting season actually starts. So that way you can get out there and use it in your ground blinds and in your stands and go from there. Let's see, where are we at on time? So we got a few minutes. Like Jim said, Iowans are encouraged to report your wild turkey sightings all the way through the month of August. Just go to the Iowa DNR website to do that. They really rely on all of us to be their eyes and ears when we're out in the fields. So try to do that as much as you can. Alrighty. I believe Don and Sean at Jinxum are going to be on live tonight on Facebook at 7 o'clock. They got their big bottling party this week. We got people, as we speak, are on their way to Cedar Rapids, Iowa for the big bottling party. So that's going to be a big deal up there. There will be a lot of folks having fun this weekend, so I'm sure they'll tell you about that. Plus, they got some good raffle things for you to take advantage of, and I'll let them tell you about that tonight because I don't want to mess it up and say something wrong. I don't. And Gary wanted me to ask if we were doing a shoulder mount contest again. We are with Jeremy at Racks and Tracks. We'll start doing that around 9:15. 9:15 we'll start doing the shoulder mount. Jeremy and Bree and everybody at Racks and Tracks donated a $750 shoulder mount for us to do this year. So we'll have that for you as well. All right. The Iowa Jeep Show is going to be September 11th through the 13th in Garwin, Iowa. That's the last big event for the year. And man, I'm telling you, it's going quick, isn't it? Things are going to start popping. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Stay dry. I hope everybody made it through the rain okay. If you got any questions, let me know. Get a hold of Jeremy at Racks and Tracks. Get those Rupert's grunt calls ordered. I'd love to sell a dozen of these. Jeremy, if we sell 12 of these, let me know and I'll come up with something else as a giveaway. Okay, if we get up to 12 or 20. Boy, if we got 20, tell you what, if we get up to 20, I might even throw an Ozonics in there. I don't know. We'll see. Jeremy, let me know how we're doing. Anyway, be good. We really appreciate you. Thanks to all the partners that do the shows. I will see you Saturday. We're going to have Chase Elliott on the show, who's our Iowa deer biologist. We're going to go all over the new zones, A and B, the new regs. Have a good rest of the week. Thank you, Chris Loverdowski in Pennsylvania. I love old Loverdowski. He's a good guy. He's our Eastern Outdoor Call Radio app rep. He's trying to get people to download the app for me all the time. Anyway, if you got anything you need, let me know. Otherwise, I'll be in touch soon. Okay? Until next week, Saturday. I'll see you later. Have a good night. Adios.
I'll sing it.